This is the history of the Ottoman Empire. Continued to hold a major presence in Anatolia, notably in the shape of the Sultanate of Rum. Although this too would eventually decline and fragment by the turn of the 14th century, resulting in a number of even smaller principalities, known as the Anatolian Beyliks, scattered across the region. It was here, amongst the tribes of northwestern Turkey, that a warlord emerged as the founder of what would become the Ottoman Empire. Although the sources for his life and reign remain unreliable and undetailed, he is credited as the founder of the dynasty that bore his namesake, Osman. The century or so after Osman's reign would be characterized by the Ottomans trying to conquer the last vestiges of the Byzantine Empire, which had once ruled over most of the eastern Mediterranean. By the 14th century, however, this was now reduced to the southern portion of the Balkans, mainland Greece, the Greek islands, as well as a small amount of territory in Turkey. Their empire was ruled from Constantinople, the most formidable walled city in the medieval world, and one which had withstood many sieges over the centuries. If the Ottomans were to expand beyond northwestern Turkey, they would have to do so at the expense of the Byzantines and take their capital city for themselves. A major step forward occurred in 1331, when the city of Nicaea fell to the Turks. Some years later, in 1369, Adrianople, a city just 200 kilometers from Constantinople, near the borders of Greece, Bulgaria, and Turkey today, also fell to the Turks and was turned into their capital for a short time, while further conquests in Serbia and Bulgaria followed. A brief period of internal turmoil occurred within the Ottoman Empire in the first decades of the 15th century, but in 1451, Mehmed II was restored to the Ottoman Sultanate and determined to conquer Constantinople once and for all. In early April 1453, he laid siege to the great city, which lasted for 7 weeks, before the walls were breached and the Ottoman army flooded in. Fittingly, the last emperor of the Byzantines was Constantine XI, who shared his name with Constantine I, the original founder of the city over 1,000 years earlier, and whose eponym he had bestowed upon it. Constantine XI fell in the fighting of the 29th of May 1453, and the city itself fell to the Ottomans later that same day. Constantinople then became the capital of the burgeoning Ottoman Empire. As a statement of the Ottomans' conquest of the city, the Cathedral of Hagia Sophia, which had been built by the Emperor Justinian over 900 years earlier, was reconsecrated as a mosque, with the 4 minaret towers at each corner of the complex being added shortly afterwards.